Well guys, here's the project. We're going to put a 2.5 inch rough country kit on here. The kit comes with the axle pivot brackets, the radius arm brackets, and springs, shocks. Shut up. Goddamn dog. Oh, nice. Well, it never fails. But yeah, you know, boy, this truck is going to use a nice buffing. Got some rivets to take out. That's always a pain right here. See that? There's one there. There's two underneath here. Put the drop brackets on, lower the radius arm. And then I'm going to disconnect the tie rod and the sway bar so I can move this axle back and forth. If you know what I mean. Yeah, and then there's the pivot arm, axle pivot brackets. Okay. So yeah, this is the new axle pivot bracket. It's got to be bigger to drop down, right? As you can see, it's got 2 holes there, and there's no holes there. These holes have to be marked and drilled. So I went and bought some drills. Now I was gonna get 2 of these cobalt drill bits, so I don't want to mess around, right? They didn't have them in 9/16. The hell! I had to buy this DeWalt one. Hopefully it goes through metal. $40 worth of drill bits. This is the axle pivot bracket for the passenger side. Slightly different. I think you got to drill some holes for this too. Okay, radius arms. These are radius arm brackets. Okay, this lowers the factory radius arms. I had some of these on my Bronco with the 6-inch Pro Comp lift. I had the stage 2 lift, and they still couldn't get the camber set proper at the alignment shop. So that's what I did. I added these on top of the Pro Comp kit. Okay. Huh? Yeah. So the issue with these vehicles, there's not a whole lot of adjustment right here for caster and camber. Okay. Camber is your line up and down. It's supposed to have a little negative camber. I don't know how much, but that'd be backwards like that. So when you raise it up, it diminishes, you know, it goes that way because it's pivoting off the radius arm back there, okay? Off that pivot point, this is going to go at a curve, right? So that the higher you go, you lose your camber there. So there's only so much camber you can get out of this adjuster here. So another way around that is to lower that radius arm bracket down. And that's what those brackets are for. Like I said, those are for 2.5 inch kit. I used them on my 6-inch kit just to get that more. Right there, right there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a little break here. Go pick me up a Monster and a couple cold ones because it's gonna be an all-day project here. And honestly, I feel a little sluggish this morning. It's like, okay guys, later on, I've had to unbolt the sway bar link. I like taking off the steering tie rod there, freeze that up. The shocks is loose, the other shock's removed. And you gotta loosen up the nut on the radius arm bracket there. That's an 1.1/8. 1.1/8 right there. And then there's a little retaining clip that goes up on top of the spring there. It's just a little screw and a hook. Hooks in there, keeps that in there. So once I drop that out, then I can get a socket in here. 1.1/8 socket, a universal in from the top. Now if I had a little more room, I could probably get my impact wrench in there, but this works with a little cheater bar on there. And it's loose now. Yeah. guys, I'm out here trying to take these rivets off. I got the heads off with the Sawzall, and then I was able to punch one out sideways, but there's two going up into the frame, and I still couldn't get them out, so having to drill them. I got one out, and the second one, it's not budging. Try the old screwdriver, because I got this big chisel and it's too big. I think maybe I can pry something in there. It's better. I'll show you what I mean here. See if there's enough light. So I got the spring in. That was no issue. But now I need to drop this radius arm bracket down. So you got a rivet there, a bolt there. So I just got the bolt in holding that right now because I want it to hold it. I want this popping down on me. It might be under tension from the spring here. See, the spring's bowed. Whack. Put my head under here. But yeah, there's two rivets right in here. So I got one. Couldn't get the grinder in there. You know, this one I could get the grinder into, but not this one. There's not enough room. Can't get this out. Now on my truck, maybe because I had the 6-inch lift and the longer radius arms, I was able to shift the whole axle forward so it'd come out and I move it out of the way. But here it won't move forward. It doesn't move much. It doesn't have the room I need. So anyway, yeah, I got one rivet out. That one's half in, half out. So that's why got a little wedge in there. This old screwdriver, good old Craftsman screwdriver, right? That's what they're for. Let's see if I can get the big one in there and split that. Peel it off that rivet. I think, you know, I got all these tools out here. I got the grinder, the Sawzall, the drill. Oh, God. Really couldn't get the drill in there without taking the fender liner off. It's like, oh, man. Might have to do that on the other side. Well, radius arm so far is the biggest issue here. Well, not an issue, it's just getting them rivets out. And then you got to drill the bracket out, the factory bracket out to 1/2 inch, which is just a hair bigger. So the drill kind of binds up while you're trying to drill it. I used a little stepper drill. That worked out better. Oh, yeah. But then you gotta line up the bracket, or there's a hole in the frame you gotta drill. So that's what I just got done drilling right now. It's like, only to find out that this bolt going in is going to hit the other bolt in there that's going up. So I'm thinking if I put this in from the inside, that'll work. But first I got to back out the first bolt that's in there that's going up through the frame. Put that down, pass that through, tighten that back up. Yeah, I kind of remember going through this when I installed the same brackets on my Bronco. You know, the bolt's so long, they hit in there. Oh, yeah, so you got to get on your back and inside the frame, get your wrench. Oh, it's fun. Oh, getting kind of late. I put some old shorts on. The pants is just too hot out here. I had pants on because I was grinding. The sparks were getting me. And George happened to bring me by a beer, so that worked out good. I'm about ready. Alright, so as I was saying, shocks and springs are easy. I mean, yeah. It's that radius arm bracket, which is a pain. Just, oh man. Taking the rivets out. I mean, the rivets in mine were already gone. Ow, what I did in my truck. But putting them bolts back in. Or if you notice, these bolts are facing out and those are facing in. Well, yeah, it's. I figure make it look even, right? It's a pain fitting them together. That's what held me up. This is what it looks like right here, right? These go through the frame. Let me turn this off. Come on. But you got 2 bolts going through the bottom of the frame up here. Actually, there's 4. So if you go down like that, okay, you still got to get these 2 in the bottom. So let's see, oh shit, right? If you go up, you can get the nuts on there. There's not enough room. Okay, well let's God. Figure, okay, we'll put those up. Oh, now if you put those up, then they hit those. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I had to take them back out and then to tighten these things up. Yeah, like. So I did these up. Maybe up high. Up, yeah, something like that, I think. But even there, you know, gotta get the nut out. Well, you gotta back that down and put that in, and it's a tight fit. These holes are a little larger. These are probably like 9/16. But the holes in the frame that they have you drill are 1/2 inch, so these fit tight. So you can get them in. There's just a little room. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room there. What a pain in the ass. I probably should have made them all 9/16. But actually, you want the bolt holes tight, right? You want them tight, so they fit tight. You don't want them loose, so they slide around, you know. Well, anyway, that's it. Next bracket would be the axle pivot bracket, and this is just the driver's side. Let's see what that's going to look like. So here's a hole. There's a couple holes to drill on this one too.